Hey, what is going on, guys and girls? In today's video, I'll be going over the #1 skill that you need to learn if you would like to not only make money today, but also build a lucrative career or business in the AI space. And that one skill is called prompt engineering. According to sources much smarter than me, prompt engineering is a natural language processing concept that involves discovering inputs that yield desirable or useful results. Prompting is the equivalent of telling the genius in the magic lamp what to do. So in this case, the genius in the magic lamp will be the AI, such as GPT-3 or ChatGPT, or it can also be DALL-E, which allows you to generate images. But essentially, the better the inputs that you give these AI, the better the outputs you get back. And that's essentially what prompt engineers do. They solve the issue of getting better outputs from AI tools such as ChatGPT, GPT-3, or DALL-E. It's important to note that prompt engineering wasn't created by these AI companies, nor was it an official role within an AI company just a couple of years ago. But essentially, a prompt engineer fills the gap between the AI and the user. So the prompt engineer is the well-trained human that's able to add specific prompting and specific techniques to get better outputs for the end user. So similar to how you may prompt a person as a starting point for writing an essay, you can use prompts to teach an AI model to produce the desired results when given a specific task. For example, a regular user may go on ChatGPT and ask it to write a blog post about how to make money online as a teenager. And this would be a very, very basic prompt. But a prompt engineer's job is to then go ahead and take this input and be able to get more from it and get more customizable outputs for the end user. So for example, a prompt from a prompt engineer may be something along the lines of, for context, we're an online blogger about finances and making money online. We target young entrepreneurs on how to get started with making money online. Our writing style is very informal, human-like, and we include a lot of sarcasm and anecdotes. So keeping this in mind, write me an in-depth and engaging blog post about how to make money online. So as you can see, the prompt engineer's job would be to really beef up this prompt. And this is just one very simple example and customize it for that specific use case. So now if we go ahead and take a look at the outputs, we can see that there is a difference in the output that we're getting back from ChatGPT. So right off the bat, this is the first paragraph that we get back. If you're a teenager looking to make some extra cash, there's plenty of ways in which you can make money online. So that's the opening line from the first input that we got back from ChatGPT. Now this is the second output in which we got back with our new prompts. Hey there, young and ambitious entrepreneurs ready to make some money online and get that bread. Of course you are, but who isn't? Lucky for you, there are more ways to make cash online than there are cats on the internet. Okay, maybe not that many, but you get the point. As you can see, this is a really engaging, very human-like intro that we were able to get back just from changing the prompts. So this is where it becomes really important to be a prompt engineer. So again, why is prompt engineering so important? It gives competitive advantages to companies. So just think about it from the example of AI copywriters. All of these AI copywriters are using the same large language model. But in order to get more specific and better outputs, that's where the prompt engineering comes into play. Without prompt engineering, they would be able to get the same outputs as every other AI copywriter, or just as ChatGPT would give you, just by adding in some basic inputs. So they have to be very sophisticated and create very comprehensive prompts in order to get really good outputs. That's a very important competitive advantage that companies may need, because it really separates them from their competitors and they're willing to pay good money for you to do so. So that's the first reason why prompt engineering is so important. The second is that it allows you to get more out of these AI tools. So the better the input you put into these AIs, the better your output will be. And that's kind of the rule of thumb when using any of these large language models. So if you're able to understand prompt engineering, you as an individual will be able to get better outputs for yourself and for your own content. And then if you like to, you can also go ahead and use that skill to help other companies get better outputs when they're using these large language models. The third point is that you're able to get more use cases. Because you're able to really prompt the AI in the right direction, you can then add tonality, you can add specific writing styles, you can get really nuanced and very customizable within your output. So you can have more use cases, which allows you to appeal to more customers, which will then allow you to make more money. So again, you as a prompt engineer can create those prompts for companies, which will allow them to implement these things and get more customers and more use cases. These large language models like ChatGPT or GPT 3.5, which were both created by OpenAI, are really good at gathering information, but it's up to the user to be able to get that information out of the AI. And I think that's what's the most important idea when it comes to prompt engineering. These language models will continue to get smarter, but it's just really up to us to be able to use our imagination to be able to get the most out of them. And right now, it's still an emerging field, so you don't need to have a college degree. You don't need to be, have experience working 10 years within these AI companies, because they kind of really recently just popped up. All you need to do is go out and learn as much as you can about prompt engineering. You can even go ahead and test out your prompts on ChatGPT. You have a free interface that you can play around with and be able to get better at understanding how to use these AIs, because that will be a very valuable skill. Once you're committed to learning as much as you can and getting better as a prompt engineer, there's a lot of ways in which you can make money. The first way is to be a consultant. You can be a consultant on any AI company that's creating models using OpenAI, and you can be a consultant as a prompt engineer to help them improve their prompts to get better outputs. The second way is you can actually go ahead and apply to work in generative AI companies such as Jasper AI or other companies alike. There's a lot of really small startups that are sort of getting their feet wet and getting into the game, and you can definitely find a position working in those companies. Maybe you won't be compensated as much as you like, but you can work there part-time, learn a lot, and then you can spin off and do your own thing. The third way is by starting your own company or startup. It's actually not that difficult for you to create a AI tool such as Jasper AI or any of these other AI copywriting tools, but it is important right now for you to be able to differentiate yourselves from those tools. So figure out what is missing, and that's usually through prompt engineering. So if you can learn prompt engineering, you can build on these large language models, but create really in-depth and customizable prompts that will get you outputs that these larger companies can't, and that will give you a competitive advantage. The fourth way in which you can make money as a prompt engineer is by creating content. A lot of small or even new YouTube channels have blown up talking about prompt engineering. So you can create content online. As you find things, you share it online. You can create videos, you can create blog posts, you can create a podcast around prompt engineering, you can create a community on Facebook or Discord around prompt engineering. And right now this field is emerging, so it's very easy for you to start building a following. I highly recommend that if you have felt that you've missed the boat before for certain things, or if you felt that you've tried building businesses but it's never worked, I guarantee you if you focus on prompt engineering, you will find something that will work, because the demand is very high, but the supply in terms of very skilled people who understand prompt engineering is very low. A couple other ways that will help you make more money with prompt engineering is by joining and engaging in communities. Again, this can be on Discord, Facebook, Quora, Reddit, whatever forum you can find. Engage with people to learn more from them, because again, nothing is really cemented. There's no best practices. Everyone is sort of learning as they continue to learn more about prompt engineering. There's a really good Discord called Learn Prompting that's all about prompt engineering. You can definitely check them out and start connecting with people. You can apply for relevant jobs. I did a quick Google search and I was able to find a job for a prompt engineer that is willing to pay between 175K to 335K, which is pretty crazy, and you also have all these benefits included. So there are jobs out there that are looking for people that have skills in prompt engineering, so you can always apply for relevant jobs within your country, or you can apply for remote jobs, because again, you can do everything remotely in this field. Lastly, what I would recommend is reaching out to influencers and creating partnerships. There's a lot of big influencers out there that have a lot of following and a lot of money, but don't really understand the AI space, or maybe understand it at a surface level. But if you can be that bridge between them and you let them know that, hey, you can create this tool and I will do the prompt engineer, I will get the outputs to be something that's not available for every other company, then you may be able to form a partnership where you take care of the AI side and then these guys will take care of the marketing. As you can see, there's a lot of different ways in which you can make money with prompt engineering. The first thing that I recommend is learning as much as you can, getting engaged in communities, and you will find opportunities. As always, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, let it be known by giving us a big thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions about what I mentioned in this video or any questions related to prompt engineering, let me know in the comments below. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.